range to grab Justin Fields. Continue to have Lamar Jackson play on his fifth-year option, and then rather than pay him $40 million plus per, they could say, hello, graduation. We now have a redshirt freshman who is ready to pick up the deal. We can keep all of the assets and the pieces in place and continue to do what we do, because doing what we've done, we're 31-7 since we made the wholesale investment in this option approach. Maybe, just maybe, the team can sustain the success by having a rookie quarterback continue to take it over.
You the one that got to retort, because I'm agree with my dog.
Bucky, this is going to hurt. I mean, for real, I was at home deliberating, really having an internal conversation because of my likability and my love for Bucky Brooks. I call you Rosetta Stone because you translate football better than anybody I know in the sport. However, you wrote this, and you really meant this. And I just said you were sober, too. Woo! Boy, you got me drunk on this one. I don't understand this. Lamar Jackson is not replaceable, party people. Oh, you think he is? Okay, let's look at this franchise before Lamar Jackson got there, recent history. Of those 5 years before Lamar Jackson got there, there were 4 years with no double-digit wins. Since Lamar Jackson has taken over, every year is double-digit wins. Okay. Whatever, you can say it's about other people, but not just Lamar Jackson. Oh, let's talk about Lamar Jackson since he's been a starter. Number one in the NFL in terms of wins, his rank. Let's talk about points per game. Number one in the NFL. Number one! Rush yards per game, number one, and number two and third down, money down. Okay, you can say it's about others still. All right, well, you're drinking what Bucky wasn't drinking, I guess. Here's the thing. Lamar Jackson has already won a unanimous MVP. On a franchise where there was no sight of anybody going to win a unanimous MVP, let alone help them win even 10 games. But he's replaceable right now. This is interesting. An early Halloween little costume, I guess, Bucky's wearing. Take that mask off, Bill Polian, because I know who you are. You're talking about Lamar Jackson out of turn. Woo! Let's go here, because this is Nugget Central around here. Don't forget that Lamar Jackson is trying to do this in a situation and circumstances and an environment that is not conducive to what he's done. Lamar Jackson led the league in passing touchdowns with an offensive coordinator that has never had a passing offense that wasn't bottom 10. Slow it down, Wiley, because everybody can't digest that. His offensive coordinator in all of his 8 years has never had a passing offense out of the bottom 10. Let alone Lamar Jackson says, move that to the side. Let me lead the league in passing touchdowns. Woo! You add up what Lamar Jackson has done in terms of impact, in terms of confidence, in terms of production, in terms of accolade, in terms of achievement. How do you replace that? You can't replace that. And do you think you're going to replace it with something cheaper, a rookie contract coming forward? You're going to get exactly what you paid for, something on the cheap.
I like this. Hey, Buggy, great fire off point, great column, great thoughts. This is about to be a great dialogue.
Okay.
Can you replace Lamar Jackson individually? Absolutely not.
Okay.
Can you replace him collectively? Absolutely. Now, Sal, I'm going to say some things that might hurt. And Ravens fans, I ask you to take out your feelings from a factual conversation. Every player in the NFL is replaceable. 2015, the Dallas Cowboys, they go 2014.
Yeah, rewind that.
2014, the Dallas Cowboys go 13-3 under Tony Romo. 2015, Tony Romo goes 3-1 as a starter, but he gets hurt. The Cowboys end up 4-12. So Tony Romo was 16-4 in his prior 20 games. Enter the 2016 NFL Draft. I was covering the Cowboys at the time, working at the Star. Is Tony Romo replaceable? Heck no. Absolutely not. There is no way you can replace Tony Romo. So much certainty that the Cowboys don't draft a quarterback until the 4th round. A man by the name of Dak Prescott, who just so happened to play so well that Tony Romo starts calling games a year later. Now, Tony Romo, if you would have asked anybody, is he replaceable? A resounding no. And it should be a resounding no. 16-4 in his previous 20 games, but Tony Romo got replaced. like that. Now, let's not talk about the Cowboys, America's team. Let's not talk about Tony Romo. Let's talk about Greg Roman, the offensive coordinator for Lamar Jackson. Now, look, Marcellus, I buckled up, I prepped, I put on my glasses for this moment.
Finally.
Bucky Brooks, you ain't never really said anything more logical in your life, but let me break it down for my emotional Ravens fans whom I love. We can all kind of conclude Colin Kaepernick was a better quarterback in San Fran than Alex Smith. It's probably a safe assumption. Look statistically, ask Niners fans, it's a safe assumption. Or is it? Alex Smith last year as a starter, he went to the conference championship game, and they lost. Colin Kaepernick's first year as a starter, full starter, went to the conference championship game, they lost. Remember, they go to the Super Bowl, Alex Smith starts, gets hurt, Kaepernick takes over. But if you look at them as starters, you got the same results. Now, Colin Kaepernick, on paper, he outperformed Alex Smith, or did he? 400 more total yards. He had more touchdowns by 6, but he had more giveaways by 5. So as far as contributing to quality output, it's just about the same. Exact same results. They both went to a conference championship, and they both lost. So, yeah, on paper, you say, man, Colin Kaepernick, he couldn't have been replaced. But Alex Smith really gave you about the same thing. Can you replace Lamar Jackson individually? No. But collectively, can you replace him? We've seen it historically with Greg Roman-led teams, and we've seen it with the NFL with Dak Prescott replacing the irreplaceable Tony Romo.
Oh, get it,
That's my dog. That's my dog. Acho brought it in because right now we're on the relay team. Acho's the third leg. He's giving me the stick to bring it home as the anchor. He's done it because the Alex Smith, Colin Kaepernick is exactly what we're talking about. It's systematic. It's not individual. And I'm not disrespecting Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar Jackson is great. But when you look at this, the system has been conducive to dual threat quarterbacks having success. You mentioned Alex Smith being able to get the 49ers to the championship game. Colin Kaepernick takes the baton and takes them to the Super Bowl. You go to Buffalo. Look at what Tyrod Taylor was able to do in a similar system. You now go to Baltimore. We sit here and watch Lamar Jackson play at an MVP level. Remember, there was a game where Lamar Jackson didn't play. And I looked at Robert Griffin III and Trace McSorley take the Pittsburgh Steelers to the brink. And I'm not saying that that is the perfect example, but let's look at it this way. I'm looking at Oklahoma with Lincoln Riley. Baker Mayfield wins a Heisman Trophy. Baker Mayfield graduates. Kyler Murray steps in. Guess what Kyler Murray does?
Heisman
Trophy. He wins a Heisman Trophy. I see him leave. Guess what Jalen Hurts does? He has a lot of success.
Finalist.
So I'm not saying that it's individual, but what I'm saying is if the system is correct, the player will produce. Now it's just about getting players with similar traits. And I'm saying Justin Fields is a certifiable baller. You get him, you let Lamar Jackson play another year, then he graduates. You hand it to Justin Fields. The success remains the same because the system has proven that. I'm just saying it's food for thought, something that Baltimore fans need to think about. Facts.
Food for thought, and I'm eating it.
Wow. Wow. Facts over Fields. You're trying to go back and don't twist it in me, too, because you know that's how I feel in life. And this is not fair. This is not fair 2-on-1 right now. Y'all running a relay. I'm out here in the open 400 trying to catch all y'all on them 100 splits. Okay. But you know what? I just saw this viral video of this dog, and I'm a dog, chasing this girl down. And that dog was huffing and puffing, chased that whole relay down and finished, and then cut her off at the finish line. Trip over this. Woof, woof. Here's the dog in me coming back out. I ain't never scared. One, y'all are giving me 2 scenarios and situations where injuries created opportunity. That's completely different than replaceable. Let me say it again. Y'all gave me where Dak Prescott took over from an injured Tony Romo, and Alex Smith lost his job because of injury to a Colin Kaepernick. Hey, if Lamar Jackson is getting hurt out there, Lamar Jackson get banged up, and somebody does what Dak Prescott did, which was go 11-1.